Alright fam, so the discourse around Tanya has spiraled out of control. The newest iteration of Tanya has brought about massive controversy as people have taken to Twitter and YouTube to speak on how they do not like the newest design of Tanya. And to be fair, people have been critiquing the horrid recent designs of most female characters in gaming for a little while now, all the while praising Japan for being able to beautifully represent black characters, well, also female characters in both gaming and anime. And let's keep it a stack here, guys. Japan had been doing it well for quite some time now. I honestly would say that the West should probably take notes from Japan. I'm just saying. Anyway, though, Aloy from Horizon Forbidden West is a great example of another game character that was ridiculed for horrid designs, but no one seems to care much about that. Why? Well, because, to me, she looks white. So I'm gonna say because she's white, right? However, in this case, Twitter users and YouTubers are being harassed by mutants, white knights, and SJWs, basically the left. The consensus is black characters can never be criticized, or else you'd be labeled a racist or a bigot. So even if you're black or a POC, you need permission from the mob to speak your mind. That's what I got from this entire situation here. Anyway, I'm gonna show you guys cases of harassment from deranged loons on Twitter. Before I continue, make sure you guys do me a favor and hit the red subscribe button for more controversial topics and sensitive topics in anime, manga, and gaming. I do this stuff daily, so support your boy. Now that being said, let's go to work. So this tweet, first, which is my tweet. So it says, "We are not allowed to critique fictional characters anymore. People literally ridiculed this white fictional character for months." Speaking of Aloy, for the same reason they're going after Tanya. Not for her skin color, but because of her design. She does not get a pass. No character does. Which is true. I don't think any character is exempt from ridicule or critique. Okay? Now, if you are that hypersensitive to the point where you think they were not allowed to critique a fictional character, I'm going to say honestly that you may need to seek some literal help. You need to go seek some mental help, no lie, okay? So they went after Vera Dark first, and they went after her in a very disgusting way. They went after her looks. I'm not gonna go through all the comments, but they went after her lips, they went after her jawline, went after her facial structure. For a group of people who are basically all for not body shaming or like making fun of people's appearance, they sure were quick to go after Vera Dark's appearance, which I think is just very low, is very disgusting. You could have went after her statements, you could have went after whatever she said without actually going after her physical appearance, because the person you are advocating for, the person you guys are mad about or mad for, does not exist. Your advocacy will go nowhere. They will never thank you, they'll never appreciate you, and they will never care. So why go after someone's actual physical appearance for someone who does not exist? Like, if you hear me say it that way, you're gonna realize that these people are literally insane. I'm serious. But anyway, this is insane, okay? But there's more. I feel bad for Vera Dark, but there are some more comments, okay? So it says, we're gonna go to Red Hot Blaziken. It says, "I like how this is supposed to be an insult, but in reality it's a compliment, LMAO. Not only can't they mean, but they can't throw insult as well." So they put over a collage, this person put over a collage, or made a collage of people who ridiculed Tanya's appearance. It's just a shame, and it's just pathetic. It is very pathetic, okay? You guys are going ham over a character that'll never exist. You know, example of a character who was that was bullied into being made better? When Sega put out Sonic the movie, right? We all literally, in unison, went after Sega or whatever company that produced the Sonic movie to fix the butchered, dope fiend looking Sonic to make him how he's supposed to look. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, right? It happens. But anyway, just sad. And another continuation from Red Hot Blaziken. It's funny when the black woman rightfully critiques bad representation, and you got dudes who say they support blacks and women but go off when those women have actual critiques. Makes you think what these people are hiding. Now here's the tweet right here. It says, of course you won't take how a black woman feels seriously. You're not only a racist but a misogynist. POS as well, but it's not surprising coming from folks like you. Keep going, buddy. You're showing yourself here. So you think I'm rancid for not humoring your immature take on a video game character? Durr. She doesn't make me hard, so character is awful. Please go outside and touch grass, bruh. There's no microtransactions needed. So because they are ridiculing the character's appearance, which honestly I think I said myself doesn't look that great. It's just, well, if you wanted to go jack off, go watch some prawn. Bruh. Are you serious? It's never gonna be that deep. It'll never ever be that deep. It even got to the point where they started to share. I mean, it is public to be fair to Black Sage, but they were basically saying, well, to Sage, which is now deleted, well, you can't be talking all this ish when you look like this and you're critiquing Tanya. So they're comparing his actual real life picture to Tanya. Do you know how sick and demented you have to be to say, well, I'm going to compare your real life picture to a fictional picture? And of course, like I said, they deleted it. It's just pitiful. Guys, we are allowed to do this. We are allowed to critique fictional characters, okay? Okay? Black characters are not exempt from critique. It doesn't matter how you may be attached to this character, you're allowed to critique them, okay? If you cannot understand this simple concept, then you need to stop playing video games, because maybe you are just way too attached to these characters. And you may need to seek help. Literally need to go seek help. But we're gonna check out this video from Cult Classic K. She's an awesome YouTuber. She mostly talks about video games, and here was her experience talking about Tanya and how people treated her when she made that tweet. Let's take a look.
Mugen goes into a lot of, like, you know, the history of Gamergate and how that's probably had an effect on the West, because, well, there's just a lot of cowards here that are afraid to, in America specifically, but just in the West in general, you know, developers, in regards to making women beautiful. It's kind of sad that that's the case, and it's just interesting to me because they do tend to cast actual, you know, visually stunning model material, very attractive women, you know, objectively speaking, and what comes out of it tends to be these ugly, either ugly old characters, and you know, we're being influenced to simply accept this. And I had put out a tweet, we could just jump right into that, where essentially, you know, I saw the trailer for Mortal Kombat 1 that recently came out, as well as Marvel's Spider-Man 2, and I said Mary Jane and Tanya have been around for a long time. Mary Jane, many decades across many different mediums, and Tanya first appearing in Mortal Kombat 4. These are characters that have been around a long time, and they look worse than ever before. The trend of garbage-looking females in Western games continues. Fuck playing as any of this bullshit, and I'm honestly, like, at this point, you know, if I do have to play as really ugly characters in video games, I just don't really want to play the games.
So yeah, you seen that and you heard that, and as you guys can see, not only did she critique Tanya, she also critiqued Mary Jane. But somehow, like I said, just like an alloy, you're allowed to critique one thing because, you know, they're white, and you're not allowed to critique something else because they're black. How does that make any sense? How is this not some weird version of fictional segregation here? It's just the weirdest thing possible. It's never going to be this deep. It should never be this deep to where she has to make a video defending her stance on why she thinks the character may look ugly. Now, listen, she mentioned Mugen, Now, Mugen is another great YouTuber. He has way more subscribers than I do. If you haven't followed him, go check out his videos. He just puts out really great content, and he breaks this down perfectly. Okay, now let's hear what Mugen has to say. Let's check it out.
Maybe you can make an excuse and say it's just flat out incompetence, or maybe that the technology isn't there. But then you have to ask yourself, what about Japanese studios or Eastern developer studios and how they depict their women in video games? Because perfect example, Hideo Kojima in his studio, they mostly use motion capture technology to take real life people and put them into their fantasy worlds. And you look at the character named Quiet in the Metal Gear series, she looks exactly like her real life counterpart. You also look at the female characters in Death Stranding, they look just as feminine and attractive that you would see in their real life counterpart. Look at Devil May Cry, and also the male characters look just as handsome and as attractive as their real life counterparts. So why is it when it comes to Western studios, they have this weird asphyxiation of just taking female characters and making them as hideous as possible, while when it comes to their male counterpart, they're either untouched, or when it comes to objectification, it's been cranked up a notch. And we're supposed to be completely fine with that?
So you see that and you heard that, and he has explained this perfectly to the point where I don't even need to continue this video. Okay, he has a point. He has a very massive point here. I don't know if it's laziness from the West. I don't get it. I don't know if there's some kind of movement to reduce the sexualization of women in fictional characters or video games or whatever. But it's gotta stop. Okay, their critiques, their complaints are valid. I totally agree with Casey. I completely agree with Mugen. I agree with Vera Dark. Okay, they make great points, and you know the sad thing is, the more we talk about the stuff like this, there are gonna be people on the internet who are gonna try to silence us. They're gonna try to say, well, bro, I don't care if you're a POC, if you're a black, you can't say that. If you say that you're a C word, you know, the rhymes with raccoon, okay? You can say that because you're black, you're supposed to be supporting everything black. Bruh. Oh no. What nonsense is this? Unbelievable crap, okay? We are allowed to have critiques. We are allowed to say, hey, we want better. Yes, we can be glad for representation. Sure. Doesn't mean we have to just accept whatever they throw at us. Oh, just be glad you're getting something. That's what they're telling us. Hey, shut up. Be glad you're just getting whatever it is that you're getting from these companies. Don't complain. Shut up and just be happy. How is that not rude? How is that not racist in itself? You feel me? It's sad. It's crazy to me that this is where we are right now. And they're gonna try to silence us. They're gonna try and bully us into keeping quiet or shutting us up or harassing us into submission. But I think we need to keep this going. Whether it's Mugen or it's me or Vera or whoever speaks up, whether you're on Twitter, whether you're on YouTube, I don't care, okay? Speak up, okay? Because if we don't speak up, this will continue to happen. And hopefully, which I'm sure, I doubt it'll bring up any change, but maybe the Western companies will hear our complaints and actually bring about some change. And with that being said, I totally agree with Ice Cube had to say in regards to speaking up and not giving in. In fact, I'm not going to say anything. Let's just go to the video.
I think, you know, people are very polarized in all kind of ways. People are afraid to speak out because of the cancel culture that we have today. So I just think, you know, people are afraid and they're running to their corners, you know.
In a way, it is a cancel culture. It behaves like that.
It does, because it makes not only the person that's getting canceled, they're trying to shut them up, but anybody's watching now, they shut up because they say, if it can happen to this guy, it can happen to me. So by by smashing somebody who says something that you might not like and canceling them, it actually reverberates throughout the whole community, and everybody now is watching what they say all the time.
Well, see, what's the answer to this? Because I think it's crazy that in a democracy like the United States, like the United Kingdom, that people are too frightened to speak their mind, to say what they think. What do we do about this?
I think you say what you want to say, and to hell with the consequences. You got to be willing to fight for your rights and fight for what you believe in. And if you're a person who believes in freedom of speech, you have to fight and say what you feel and let the chips fall where they may, and stand on that. And, you know, it may not be an easy road, but I think you feel better about yourself when you say what needs to be said at the time it needs to be said, and not afterwards where you go home and think, I should have said this when that guy was there, or when I was there, I should have said that and I didn't. That haunts you more.
You can definitely say what the hell you like on this show. It's called Uncensored for a reason.
Well, that's why I'm...
All right, guys, you seen that and you heard that. And I agree with both Ice Cube. I agree with both Pierce Morgan in this particular clip. Very well said. If you don't speak up, guys, we lose. Automatically, we lose. The whiners, the mutants, the SJWs, the white knights, the crazy F-dist on Twitter, TikTok, and whatever, they automatically win. The moment they realize they can silence us by coming after us, and listen, the block button is an amazing tool. It's not defeat. Block them, get rid of them, toss them out. Listen, if you don't want to have a conversation about the situation, then I don't need to talk to you. If you want to come in here and talk that bullshit, then we got nothing to talk about. Get out of here, beat it. You know what I'm saying? Hit the road. You feel me? Hit that block button immediately. You know what I'm saying? Block them and their ancestors. You feel me? That's how it's supposed to be. Okay. Now that's all I gotta say about this whole situation. You guys know my thoughts. Kudos to Casey, Mugen, Vera, and anybody else who I didn't mention in the video who was out there speaking their mind as respectfully as possibly can and with valid complaints. Okay, kudos to them. And to anyone else who's just afraid to do so, respectfully, listen, just do it, man. Do it. Because it just needs to be done. It needs to be done. The work must get done. Anyway, that's all I got for this episode. You guys know my thoughts, but what are your thoughts? Drop them down below in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, and subscribe for more content like this in the culture, anime, manga, and gaming. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.